Damn.
Nick Gallo, KC Thunder. Jalen, even against a defense like that's trying to get you guys to play in isolation, you only had 4 turnovers as a team tonight.
Oh, wow.
What was key to getting a shot every trip down court, even when you had to kind of play not exactly to your style with the movement and the passing that you want?
I don't know. Usually a really good game with turnovers. What? Damn.
Nick Gallo, KC Thunder. Jalen, even against a defense like that's trying to get you guys to play in isolation, you only had 4 turnovers as a team tonight.
Oh, wow.
What was key to getting a shot every trip down court, even when you had to kind of play not exactly to your style with the movement and the passing that you want?
I don't know. Usually a really good game with turnovers. What, 8? So, yeah, credit to us. I didn't know that. Just trusting each other, making the right read, not trying to do too much. They're a big team, so they like to pack the paint, and I thought we did a good job not really like driving into it and kind of just trusting our sprays and playing on the catch that way. But yeah, so that was a big emphasis for us, and then obviously the less turnovers you have means you're getting a shot every play for the most part. So yeah, I thought we did a good job of that.
Jalen, talk a little bit about your fourth quarter. I mean, you had 17 points on 6. I'm sorry.
No, go crazy.
Sorry, dude. I lost my train of thought. Talk about that fourth quarter. 17 points, 6 of 7 shooting. Made 8 straight after they'd drawn to within 6.
I did? Oh, okay. Just shooting open shots. Trying to pick my spots a little more carefully. Me and Chet had a really good like 2-man kind of thing going on, 2-man action for a lot of those plays. And then he was making the right read on some of the sprays. And, the other guys on the floor as well were doing a good job playing off the catch and hitting shots as well, which obviously frees me up to be able to kind of have space. And then the game's easier when you make shots. So I was able to kind of hit a couple, and that allowed me to be able to drive and opened up things for Chet to kind of have space to do his thing as well. So kind of just a collective effort, and then, like I said, just shooting open shots.
When I asked Shay about, maybe your evolution as a kind of closer type, just closing games, how you play in the final minutes, you mentioned your aggression, your comfortability. Just could you walk me through that evolution and what you've maybe had in year 2 that wasn't there in year 1, possibly?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was there in year 1. I think it's just more opportunity as far as having close games. The way our rotation is now with Chet, I feel like I'm just in those situations more and more with our group and who we have on the floor. We're like a deep rotation team, so it just ends up being my minutes there. So I think I've just had more and more availability at the end of games, and my team trusts me to make the right play in regards to that. And I mean, when you have like Shay and Chet and everybody else on the floor, like, it's easy to kind of just play off of regardless of time and score. I'm not really paying attention to that. Like, if the shot's open, shoot it. If not, just kind of create action and do it that way. But yeah, my team trusts me to make the right read and play the right way. I don't really like forcing a bunch of stuff, and I'm kind of just finding where I like to be at on the floor. And yeah.
You talked about how much you like OKC. I imagine a lot of it's because of the situation you have here. But when you have a fourth quarter like that with Chet, where you guys are kind of delivering plays back and forth, just how much hope do you have for what you guys are building here?
A lot. We're growing as a team. Like you said, me and Chet, for example, just being in those that kind of minutes together. I don't even remember what time it is, but having those minutes together, getting those reps, I think me and him are a lot more efficient. We're trusting each other a lot more than we had been earlier in the year. So, he makes it easy to be able to kind of play off of him that way. And I think everybody else in the rotation is just figuring out where they fit, and everybody's trying to do their role to the best of their ability. So I think when you have that camaraderie and that kind of team thing, I think it makes it easy for me to kind of go out there and just do what I do.
Mark talked to him about those minutes earlier in the season with you and Chet, where you guys were losing those minutes. What has that process been of you guys getting that comfort level?
Yeah, just more reps. Not everything's going to click right away, and it's a long season. Teams are going to guard us differently. We've seen a lot more looks since then. But yeah, just trusting each other. I think the best thing about it was early on not winning those minutes, but it wasn't because of, us being selfish. It was just us figuring each other out. Some of the passes were late, some of the roles and stuff we talked about. So we're just figuring out what I like to do, what he likes to do, like certain plays that we can kind of get into, kind of get us the best action. And then, everybody else on the floor as well kind of understands that. And, they're kind of ready to make big plays. Like you get Wiggs or Queso, for example, knocking down big shots. Zay, who's out there. So guys in that lineup are also making it easy, spacing wise, cutting, making good reads, setting good screens. So just stuff like that.
I think you and Chet scored 25 of the first 27 in the fourth quarter. What's the value of that, both in terms of just the way you make a defense have to guard you when you got multiple options, and then just taking some of the load off Shea on a night when, the third quarter he really kind of carried the offense?
Yeah. Answer the second part first. I think taking the load off of Shea is a big thing just because, he plays a lot of minutes. So anytime you can have a outburst like that, as far as scoring goes, me and him, it allows him to, catch a breather a little more. I don't know if he likes that. He's one of those people that would probably play all 48 if he could. But, it just gives him a break and takes the pressure off for him to have to come in immediately and, score right away. So we're doing a good job of that. And yeah, we're just figuring each other out. I think we're, Chet's able to space the floor, and also he's really elite at the rim. So I think when you have that, he's mixing in pops and rolls really well. So it's allowed me to have space and kind of keep the defense honest. It's been forcing switches, so he's done a good job of that.
Jalen, yesterday you were talking about just avoiding sort of the temptations of heat checks where you didn't take a three. Were you able to do that tonight as well?
Yeah. I just try and shoot when I'm open. I didn't really have I don't really think I had like a really like heat check moment today. A lot of it just kind of came within the flow of the offense. I got a couple when they doubled Shea, so I was open. I got the trail three earlier, so it's not like a typical heat check, but I'm just shooting when I'm open, and I'm also shooting shots I work on. So
what's sort of the proper number, I guess, for heat check shots where you make a certain number before you start testing the waters?
Depends on who you are. Some people one shot, but it just kind of depends. Honestly, a heat check could be your first shot, so it just depends on how you feel that day.
Seems like you're getting more comfortable getting to your spots, and it seems like it's getting easier. Do you feel like your comfortability level has risen?
Game's starting to slow down a little bit. Kind of understanding my team more and more. That allows me to get to where I want to be at. And guys are making it easy. Guys are making shots, which spaces the floor allows me to, create for myself, others. And, everybody's trusting each other, so it's really easy for me to kind of go out there and just make reads.
You got to get your hair rebraided?
I do. We had a water incident. He even hit my hair. He hit my face.